Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another episode on the channel. I know what you're thinking, Felly, what the heck, 2 episodes in this short amount of time, what's going on? There's a catch. I'm not on Saico, unfortunately, but I'm on a new server, which is bringing in some people who played Saico. Some Saico YouTubers are going to be playing on this server. It's got some really cool features, which I'll go into in a minute. But I just wanted to show it off. It's brand new. It's going to be coming out very soon. I'll leave the IP to it down in the description. Play.mozektot.com, I want to say. My apologies if I got the pronunciation incorrect, but I will put it on screen so you guys can actually see. Now, without further ado, let's get into the features. So if we go ahead and do /features, the command itself, there is an absolute load of things. Obviously, some of the things are the same. Crop mob hoppers from Saico. Harvester hoes, which you actually haven't seen on Saico. You actually get one to start out, a starter hoe. But there's actually a better version of that in this chest. I have a shockwave hoe, which is a 7x7, and there's also a 20% cell multiplier. So if I stand right here, it clears at a big chunk. So say you're right here and you have like 3 rows of sugarcane, you can farm a lot faster than what it's like with the original hoe, which just does that actual block that you're clicking on. And then to sell it, you just right click and it sells everything in your inventory. So an easy way to make money. Moving on, printer mode is allowed, which is different from most Saico servers. So you're allowed to make massive sugarcane farms. There are mob coins which you can get. I know it's a little bit off the screen, but you get those from killing blazes. They have a chance to drop those, and you can use those in /coin shop, which allows you to buy protection 4, breaking 5, some really good armor, chunk busters, all that good stuff. Some really special vouchers for a little bit more of the expensive type. Additionally, there's a faction shield that I would describe as something from like Clash of Clans. I don't know if I've seen it applied in any sort of faction server, but when you get raided, you have a certain amount of time that your base chunks, so not all your walls and anything like that, but your middle chunks where you have all the value in, that is protected for a certain amount of time after you're raided, so you have a little bit of time. Another thing that I thought was very cool is warp parkour. There's actually a big parkour event, which I believe you can do. You can claim rewards for it once a week. Now I went through it with the server owner. His record is like a couple minutes. Mine was 24, I believe. I'm not exactly the best at parkour, and I was messing around a bit. I didn't. You guys didn't say that. So what I was saying, I was like one of the fastest times on the server. I don't think anyone had beat it before. But anyways, the first person to complete it, I believe, gets some sort of voucher. I'm not sure where it says. Let me go back to spawn. I believe it might say it there. But there's 5 stages. Obviously, you get a checkpoint at each one, and you can redeem a reward when you complete it. And there are ways to get a cooldown reducer. I don't know what exactly you call it, but so you can do it again and again. But yeah, so first place parkour gets $25 bycraft. So I'm assuming it's best. So best time on the parkour will get a reward. There's some stuff like best roof art, like that's really cool. I've never seen that before. Then also best base design, which is very cool. And then there are some small prizes for F-top. So there is actually PayPal, which is different from Saico. But I talked to the owner and he said he didn't want to have anything too crazy because it's more meant to be a laid back, chill server as opposed to everyone's being super competitive for F-top, and you don't have to be sweating 24/7 in order to survive. You can just come on here, have fun, do some parkour, all that good stuff. There's different crate keys. This one you get from completing the parkour, which I did. Again, I talked about what you get when you started out. You don't actually get that shockwave grenade, but you get the starter harvester hoe, $10,000, and a once kit, which includes protection 1, unbreaking 3, a couple tools, and food to get you started. Now, if I go back to my home, this is a very interesting feature that I've not seen before. If I do /F space core, it brings up this menu where I can hit yes and place down a core in my center chunk. Now this thing, it has 10,000 health. If I say I wasn't in the faction, I could hit it and actually damage it. But since I am in the faction, I can't obviously do damage. It has a spawner radius, so anything within this 1x1, this first chunk, is where I have to put my spawner. So then the next upgrade is 3x3, which costs 1,010,000 XP, so I can go ahead and buy that. So now anything within these 3 chunks around this 3x3, so the total of 9 chunks, I can have spawners in any of those. So as you can see, it costs both money and experience, so it's 2 different types of grinds going on at once. There are many different stats up here, so you can see its health, you can see its current value, so how much money you've invested into the entire thing. And also, say I was an enemy and I came along and I killed this, I would get half of the money that was invested into the entire core put right into my balance. So as you can see, there's a health upgrade. You can upgrade that. It starts out fairly cheap, but then it gets a lot more expensive. You can upgrade your different buffs. So anywhere in your claims, you can get strength, regen, haste, speed, and resistance. And then there are some debuffs, but these are more expensive than the buffs. It looks like 2 of them max out after 1 upgrade. But yeah, so these are some really cool features I had never seen before. Also, there's this thing, if you do /stock, it actually brings up a market that is linked with the real world stock market. So you can see everything happening live, and you can invest your money into this, which I think is a really cool idea. I personally am interested in investing in the stock market, so getting to actually see these stocks implemented into Minecraft is kind of a cool concept. And then obviously there's stuff like gen buckets, shockwave pickaxes, and also shockwave shovels, or trench shovels. So there's multiple different worlds. There's actually 16 corners, I believe, that you can claim. So it's not just the original 4 in the overworld. There's also multiple different like themed planets or like biome type things. So one, you actually need a shovel to trench in, but since there are so many, that means 16 corners, and since factions are only allowed to have 1 corner, that means 16 factions can have a corner base. So that means you have a greater chance of getting one and having to do less base work in the long run. But yeah, that was definitely a lot of information at once. I tried to pack it all in. I think this is definitely a cool server, and like I said, a lot of Saico people found this interesting and are definitely going to be playing on this on the release. Let me know if you guys would like me to play on it. I know I haven't been the most active in uploading Saico content, so that's why there's an episode going out earlier today. And that's definitely going to be going on. Don't get me wrong, that's going to be going on full steam ahead in addition to streaming. But if you guys would like to see this on the side, then let me know. If not, that's perfectly okay. I just wanted to show off the server because I thought it was really cool. But either way, I think that's going to do it for this episode, guys. So I hope you did enjoy it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.